Change, they say, is the only constant in life, but the process of change is not so constant. In today's video, I'm going to tell you about 9 layers of distractions during change. Hey folks, I am CSK and I am an educator. Change is very common. We all want to change, and change, they say, is the only constant in life. But what is change? And why are so many distractions? And what are the 9 distractions which happens during the process of change? So we're going to learn all of them in today's video. First of all, what is change? Now please understand the fundamental difference here when we talk about change and the word transformation. Reversible change is change, irreversible change is transformation. So what is change? Things which can go front and maybe come back, relapse, is often called as change. You want to transform, then more times than not, you cannot reverse that process. So that is about change. Now distractions. We all know that we live in a place and time where there are quite too many distractions. Distractions can come in any form. The common blame is often given to social media, is often given to the busy, running the rat race kind of a lifestyle. But there are way too many distractions. So 9 different layers, I can dissect it for us, which are affecting the process of change, or so you may call it as transformation. So number 1, the first layer of distraction during the process of change, which affects our preparation and preparedness towards change, is external environment. Yes, right from as simple as the weather to as complex as the scheduling of your own agenda with somebody else's, the overlapping and other things. The external environment plays a very, very decisive role in your focus towards change. So if you want to continue to keep your power of change, then take care of the external environment, calibrate it. Layer number 2, which affects the process of change, the distraction, is body, the physical body. We all have different body clocks. Some of us are early birds, while some of us are night owls. There's nothing wrong about it, but then are you aware about it, and are you playing it to your strengths? For example, when I talk about myself, I just cannot focus on anything in the evening times. For me, my power is in the morning. So your body, your physical body, is another distraction. Hunger, thirst, tiredness, fatigue, many things. So are you taking care of them when you're targeting towards your change? So that's the second layer of distraction. The third layer of distraction while you are embarking upon consistent change is identity. Yes. One thing you be clear that, as I said at the beginning, if you are embracing change, you are also shredding your identity. But you should be comfortable in shredding. You should be comfortable in letting go, in giving up. If you are not comfortable, then over a point of time, you start doubting yourself. You start getting skeptical, and then you get distracted. So identity and being aware of the changing of your identity when you're embracing change becomes very, very important. The fourth layer of distraction while you're going through change is relationships. Of course, it is very obvious, but very hard to comprehend and wrap your head around. Is obviously any change, if it is towards a particular intended destination, will bring in some changes or some degree of change when it comes to relationships. For example, you may have to come away from some relationships and you may have to get into some new relationships. You got to be comfortable with that. And this change in relationships will indirectly and directly affect your ability to change. So relationship becomes one distraction. Next is past memories. Yes, every time you embrace change and you try to go to the newer place, the older you will bring back memories from your past. And that becomes a big distraction. Because obviously, when the diversion happens in the mind, what is ahead of you, what is in your hand, normally does not excite and entice you as much as your past memories, because that's in the past and you feel those were the good old times. So past memories are another layer of distraction when it comes to embracing change and changing yourself. Next is emotions. We all know the havoc emotions play. Emotions are powerful, but they are also negatively powerful to influence you to abandon, to get rid of all those things which you want to bring into your life. So please be aware of calibrating your emotions. Maintain a steady balance of your emotional quotient, which becomes very, very inevitable when it comes to having solid change in your life. The next layer is belief systems. Pre-existing beliefs, or what you call as preconceived notions, they play a decisive role once again. So you need to believe that these beliefs are not rigid. They can change too. The old belief was something which served me a purpose till some point of time. But the new belief, the time has come for it. So that's why we need to embrace change with letting go of our old beliefs and embracing a newer belief system. Then is the voices that talk us out of this process of change. Public opinions. People's opinion about your renewed or reinvented process or life. People, everybody, every time have their opinions. And those opinions, if you let them affect you, then they are a biggest distraction towards consistent and focused change. Then you have addictions or habits. That's the 8th layer of distraction when it comes to change. Addictions and habits, we all have them in small or big quantities. The higher the intensity, the difficult it is for you to change. But those addictions and habits have the superpower of reducing all your consistency to nil or nothing. So be careful with that. Last and the final layer of distraction when it comes to change is time. Time itself is the biggest distraction. And what do I mean by time is you need to have that focus, the consistent focus of doing the same thing at the same time as pre-decided. But normally what we do is we tend to procrastinate. And by procrastinating, the time becomes our biggest enemy in changing. So these are the 9 layers of distractions when it comes to change. I hope they come in handy and you keep these things in mind and take care of all of them by countering them, so that the next time you embark upon change towards transformation, because all transformation begins as change, you handle these 9 distractions. Thank you so much for watching CSK Speaks. Do like, comment and share this video with your friends, because I know for a fact that many of us are toying and even trying very hard to keep consistency when it comes to change.